the Ross Leffler School of Conservation opens its doors to a new class of trainees about every 2 or 3 years. Normally, 20 to 30 recruits are selected from a field that numbers 1,000 to 1,500 applicants. As part of the selection process, applicants first take a written test. Achieving scores of more than 90% on the test is almost essential for applicants who hope to move on to the interview board and final cut. Officer candidates who make the grade take up residence at the Ross Leffler School of Conservation in Harrisburg. At the school, trainees learn about Pennsylvania's diverse wildlife and their management. They will spend many hours learning about wildlife law enforcement and how the Pennsylvania Game Commission enforces the Game and Wildlife Code and regulations to conserve and manage wildlife for future generations. Considerable time is spent on public relations and conservation education. Trainees will also be expected to be proficient with their firearms and spend numerous hours on the firing range. The school will challenge trainees physically through daily strength and conditioning exercises and unarmed self-defense training. Their training will last for about 1 year and includes considerable time afield working with veteran wildlife conservation officers. Trainees will work around the clock with assigned field training officers, following in their footsteps while learning the way of a wildlife conservation officer. They will answer calls in the early morning hours and patrol late into the evening. These late-night stakeouts are a crucial part of a WCO's mission to crack down on poachers who illegally kill wildlife. Upon graduation, officers are assigned to districts throughout the state that exceed 300 square miles in size.
Officer Travis Pugh from Chambersburg, Franklin County to Fulton County.
Once the officer takes up residence in a district, he or she immediately becomes a local administrator for many of the Game Commission's programs. The first 17 classes of the Ross Leffler School of Conservation were comprised of only male officers. That changed in 1981 when Cheryl Stauffer Truella became the first woman to be enrolled in the school. She graduated in 1982. Since that time, several more women have joined the ranks of wildlife conservation officers. Wildlife conservation officers serve as the Game Commission's most visible employees, and their jobs frequently place them in the public's eye. Since the agency's beginning, WCOs have been the Pennsylvania Game Commission's most recognizable representative in many communities and rural areas. Geographically spaced across the state, the 136 field officers have almost always been a residence point of contact with the agency. Their extensive training has prepared them to work in a variety of fields, and the agency depends on them to serve the public with professionalism and respect.